Castle Construction Advisors. We lower your costs, improve your build quality, protect you from fraud, and give you peace of mind. Your home. It's a place of shelter, a place of comfort, a place of memories. It's the American dream. In fact, your home is probably the biggest asset that you will acquire in your lifetime. And in your lifetime, things will happen requiring you to fix or modify your current home, or build a new home. Easier said than done. It's safe to say that most homeowners have no prior building or remodeling experience. There are many steps involved. Defining the scope of the project, the bidding process, financing, picking a contractor, what materials to use and what not to use, how much to pay and when to pay it, knowing when it's done right, and what kind of warranty you have if something goes wrong. Who can you go to and trust with these questions? When you're sick, you go to a doctor for medical advice. When you have a legal matter, you go to a lawyer for legal advice. And for financial advice, you go to a financial advisor. That makes sense. Some people think that a contractor is a construction advisor. Yet, how can someone making a profit off of you be an objective advisor? That doesn't make sense. So, who can you go to for advice when it's the biggest investment in your lifetime? Bigger than all three of these combined. This is especially important to consider when, according to the Better Business Bureau, 1 out of 4 complaints are construction related. 1 out of 4. There are thousands, if not tens of thousands of stories like these. Stories just like Carolyn, a 3rd grade teacher who, with her husband George, hired a contractor on their own to replace their roof after some storm damage.
There was a very high-pressure young man that came in. They promised to do a great job.
And then they left, and I went up there to look around and realized that this wasn't done, this wasn't done, this wasn't done. And I said, you didn't do the job. We did not get a good roof installed on our house. The work wasn't done properly, and he's ripping people off. This was an absolute nightmare.
But what if Carolyn and George had a construction advisor guide them through their roofing project? A construction expert that gave them direction and advice, but didn't do the actual roofing work or profit from the work being done. Castle Construction Advisors. Our mission is to be the homeowner or stakeholder's advocate, representing their interests from planning to turnkey operations by reducing the costs, increasing overall quality, preventing contractor fraud, protecting the title to the property, and reducing the stress involved with construction projects of any size. Castle Construction Advisors are construction experts who guide you through all aspects of your build or remodel. We are your personal construction advocate. We work with your interests in mind without a profit motive, so you are guaranteed to pay less. We help with all the steps: defining the scope of your project, the bidding process, obtaining low-cost financing, picking a contractor, determining terms and payment, choosing the right materials, ensuring warranty terms, and making sure the project is completed correctly and on schedule. We only work with contractors who are thoroughly screened and vetted for reputation, quality, and service. Using Castle's innovative software, CAMS, or Castle Advocate Management System, contractors compete against each other in an open bid that drives the price down. Then, Castle's continued representation through the duration of the project ensures that the project stays on budget. So, depending on the project, Castle's representation typically yields a savings of 10 to 40%, even after Castle's minimal fees are included. That's a savings of 10 to 40% over what you would have paid without Castle's representation. We're turning the construction market upside down, putting you, the homeowner, in the driver's seat, your rightful place. It's an industry first. Listen to what Carolyn and George have to say after they learn about the castle construction advocacy concept.
No matter how good the contractor is, there's always a chance something might happen. So a third-party inspection, absolutely. Is that a good idea? Absolutely it is. For people that haven't been through this process before, at least they can learn from what's happened to us and other people. You're an insurance policy for the insurance people.
Yes.
Basically, you're one more step that fills that missing link between the client, the contractor, and you can tie that all together and make sure it works. I'm behind you 100%. I think your idea is wonderful.
This is Dave. Dave was represented by Castle Construction Advisors.
Castle Construction Advisors guided us through the whole process. It was actually very simple. It was, something that if we had to do on our own would be quite intimidating. There's no question that the advocacy concept provided more value for the dollar. For any kind of major home improvement, we would use Castle Construction Advisors again, no question about it.
Castle Construction Advisors founder Carl Allseams has written a book entitled Stop Ripping Me Off. It outlines the entire concept in greater detail. You can find it at buildthequality.com or on amazon.com. Make your dreams come true. Castle Construction Advisors. Lowering costs, improving quality, protecting from fraud, and giving peace of mind.